What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers. It's halftime of the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. And can we just simply say the Pittsburgh Steelers suck tonight? They both kind of suck, but the Steelers, they have it first and goal, the closest they've been all night, with a chance to score, and they do some trickeration in the backfield. Doesn't make sense, but Robbie Hockey's here. Marky Model is here as well. I know we have plays, and that's what we're going to get into because we don't want to waste any more time because literally these things fly by. And yes, D. Johnson, we don't know what the hell just happened, but let's go ahead and go to it. Robbie, your first initial thoughts on the game.
Yeah, Derrick Henry runs this game figuratively, literally, however you want to say it. I was on him before the game. Okay. He's coming through for me. I just need him to get a touchdown for a clean sweep on all my props on him.
All right. And the other guy, Marky Model, your thoughts?
This game is as ugly as everybody thought it was going to be. Expected a little more from the Steelers. Actually, I'm kind of worried for Tomlin. I think that they're giving Steelers fans a lot of fuel to get rid of Tomlin.
Maybe the Cowboys are there waiting on Mike Tomlin. We need something because we suck.
I like our head coach. I like Sean.
Yeah,
we need a defensive coordinator. Can he coach defense?
Listen, he's the head coach. He can do anything he wants. Let's get into this game before we get to the Cowboys and get sidetracked completely. Let's get to a favorite play. Mark, I'm going to start with you. I know you like Derrick Henry a lot here in the second half. Anything that you like, anywhere we should go with this is plays.
Yeah, I was just looking at this again to make sure that we had the right number on it. He's already at 112 rushing yards in the first half. 112 in the first half. I am taking him to get 160 yards. I grabbed it just a few minutes before we came on, and that was at even money at plus 100. It's at minus 120 right now. I still love that. I would play that all the way up to minus 135. I think it's still tremendous value. We need him to get 48 more yards. Are you kidding? He'll do that in one run.
All right, Robbie, where are you going?
Yeah, he will. He'll do it in one run in the third quarter because I've got him to get 20-plus rushing yards in the third quarter at plus 102 at FanDuel.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get those in now. Any other direction, any other way we can target this game? And I'm going to stay with you, Robbie, on this one. How in the world do we target this game? Do we see anything different in the second half? And before we kind of move on, I'm going to make some adjustments real quick on our side because I want to make sure that I can put these plays in. So if you'll bear with me, see, I knew it was going to mess up. So give me 1 second. That is not what.
There we go. Sweet. That's what we wanted. We can't hear. We still can't hear DG.
We didn't adjust these, so I want to make sure that we're all right.
All right, yeah.
This
is
what
we
want.
Go ahead and spit. Nope, I'm gone.
We're gonna twist it back, going back to you guys. I'm gonna put these plays in. Robbie, you continue us as we're talking about this game. How do we attack this game just overall?
If you're looking for overs, especially on the prop side, Kenneth Gainwell is the only other player I like right now. I would look at maybe his receiving yards. He's the only one on Pittsburgh's offense that's really doing a lot. They finally gave the ball to Jaylen Warren. He got a big gain, and then they said, forget running. We're just going to keep throwing because it's worked so well so far. But I think Kenneth Gainwell in the receiving game may be a look. I haven't checked his props just yet, but that's where I would try to go if you're looking for other overs on the prop market.
Yeah, and for me, I think the best way to attack this game right now is actually looking at the Steelers team total. Hear me out on this one because we're getting a lot of comments already in the chat. As Joe says, just take the damn points already. And if you're good. And Kyle and KC, I agree with you 100%. If you're going to go for it, I don't have a problem with you going for the touchdown. But if you're tossing the ball 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, that is just a pass play. Throw the ball. Don't try to run it to the outside where you're going to get eaten up. Because of that, I think what I have seen so far in this game is a Steelers team. They haven't been able to do everything that they want to do, but to the same point, they have been able to move the ball, especially in this later half of the second quarter. Their team total right now is at 12.5 points. I think we can get 10 points out of these Steelers in the second half to get us over that. I love the Steelers team total over 12.5 at minus 120.
All right. So the Steelers team total?
Yep. Steelers team total over 12.5 at minus 120. And yes, the sharp play on this game is to douse it in lighter fluid and toss some match on it.
Wow.
100%.
All right. So what was that number against Steelers team total over
12.5 at minus 120? Yeah. I think we can get 10 points. Right. All we need is a touchdown and a field goal minimally to get us over
12.5 and minus 120. That just like screams like, oh my God, that's like a sucker bet because it makes too much sense. And like, I think you're right, Mark, but like, my God, that scares me to death.
Look, and if you think I'm falling for the trap of betting the under in this game because we're only at 13 points or 10 points, whatever it is, in the first half, there's no way I'm falling for that trap.
All right, so we do have 2 player props that we have is Derrick Henry, 160 plus rushing yards, plus 100. I know that it has moved to minus 120 in some places. We want to get this out where we had it initially right before this thing started. It could fall back closer to that as we get closer to the third quarter. But also Derrick Henry, 20 plus rushing yards here in the third quarter alone. We're also going to add the Steelers team total of 12.5 at minus 120. And on that one, just looking at their numbers here, Derrick Henry has 112 rushing yards at the half. That would mean that would put him up to 132 going into the fourth quarter, roughly, if he got his 20, if not more. And so at that point, both can hit. And honestly, let's say we get 35 in the third quarter, we're well on our way to the 160. But honestly, it's all about making that, where does that big run break? Is it in the third quarter? Is it in the fourth quarter? Either way, he's probably going to break off for a 30, 35 yarder and gets us to that 160. So we're just hoping it's into the third quarter.
On his first carry of the night, he cracked one off for 48.
Right. It could happen.
You know what I mean? The minute he touches the ball, it could literally happen.
Yeah. All right. So yes, Kyle is poking fun at our Tomlin to Dallas. Definitely would be tough. But Boogie says to get to the rushing title, he needs 152 total. That's interesting. So that 160 is a great look there, Mark. Being that he only needs 152 total. So, or
let me ask you, I'm looking at his rush attempts. He's at 15. You could get his rush attempts at 26 at minus 115. Is that something? Because that'd be 11 more carries in the second half, especially if Baltimore goes up. When their third quarter drive, if he gets 3 or 4 there, it's really looking good.
And I would say the only thing that scares me on that is if you play this narrative out of if Baltimore's in control, I think that we see less Derrick Henry in the second half and he gets some rest because that means they're in the playoffs. The Steelers are out. So that's the only thing that would scare me off of that.
So on that one, I wanted to bring that up because right now Keaton Mitchell has 1 carry in the first half, but his number is 4+ at minus 125. I don't know if it's anywhere else on the rushing attempts, but I'm curious about his rushing yards as well. I'm trying to see if I can find his rushing yards anywhere. Right now, Keaton Mitchell at 13.5 is where I see it on over here on MGM.
It's better than DraftKings. It's 14. It's 14.5 there.
Yeah. That doesn't seem like a big number, but also he doesn't have much already. Just looking at his rushing.
And sorry, I misspoke. That's Kenneth Gainwell's right above him. So you're right. It's 13.5 at DraftKings as well.
Any chance we'd want to take that because that would be possibly maybe it is Derrick Henry's birthday, so maybe we don't want to shy away from him. But I don't know. Maybe we just go all in as Boom Boom's here is 200 plus at plus 550. I think that should be a look. I think that should be official.
Hey, honestly, I don't hate that.
I was just going to say, there's not much about that I don't like. You know what I mean? I think that has legs. It has a viable. There's more pass for that to hit than there is for it not to, especially if all he needs is 152 and they're going to feed him the ball. It's his birthday. He's not going to stop just because he gets the rushing title. I think if Pittsburgh can keep it close, they're going to continue to feed Henry.
Yeah.
The only The only issue is going to be if the Ravens come out and score immediately after the half.
Yeah, but again, I know we were talking about resting them, but they also just said on the broadcast that they know what they did wrong when they didn't play him, a couple of weeks ago in the fourth quarter and ended up losing that game. I don't know if they're going to make that mistake again. I mean, it's Henry, right? You're talking about a guy who he runs with freaking 100-pound chains up a hill every freaking day. I don't know if it's going to kill him to get a few more in the second half. I get the idea, because if he's out, your playoff chances are definitely shot. I just don't see him getting injured unless something crazy happens.
I agree. All right, so Kyle over here says that Keaton Mitchell was 20 yards pregame. He averages 5 or 6 carries a game. He's going to play him to get 14 yards. That could be just one carry, or he's had one carry. I don't know, whichever. Either way, one carry, he could easily get that. Let me look at his receiving, because I know sometimes he'll catch out the back. You're going to have Derrick Henry to get some rest at some point. But I think the smartest way to do this is to go ahead and play both, because we're already all in on Derrick Henry. What happens then is, let's say Derrick Henry, they break it out and they throw a bomb for a touchdown, and they trying to say, hey, we're 2 touchdown lead. Let's give Derrick Henry a break. That could actually help us to go give Keaton Mitchell just a couple rushes. He gets that. Maybe they kind of give him an extra few here and there. That actually helps us in that direction. They could both happen, and no matter what happens throughout the night. But obviously, I think that's a little bit of security. And if for some reason Keaton Mitchell never touches the ball, that means our plus 200 rushing yards is well on our way.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, if Baltimore is up by 2 scores or more in that fourth quarter, it's that last series that they're going to have the ball. If they have the ball with 5 or less minutes left in the game, I don't think we're going to see Henry if he's already hit those milestones, if he's already done those things. So that's where that Mitchell play comes in. I think that's going to be a late night play as opposed to the Henry play.
All right. So what I am going to do on y'all's blessing here, 13.5 is minus 110. But if you go over to FanDuel, if you go to Keaton Mitchell's alternate rushing lines, Keaton Mitchell, 15 plus rushing yards is that plus 152.
Oh, God.
For one extra, you get plus 50, actually plus 62. Yeah. I think that's a great spot.
Absolutely, 100%.
All right. That's going to be official play. I'm going to go ahead and put it in. But let's go ahead and look at the Steelers side. How can we attack the Steelers, Mark? I'm going to start with you. Any way to attack them? You're already on their team total at 12.5. And I want to go ahead and go over these before we get too close, because we're coming back on the game time. We're on Derrick Henry. We're completely laddering him up. Third quarter, 20 plus rush yards, and then 160 total at a plus 100, 200 plus at plus 550. The Steelers team total over 12.5 at minus 120. I'm about to put in the Keaton Mitchell one. So we have pretty much the Ravens. I would like to be on the other side if we can attack the Steelers in any spot besides the team total. Mark, I'm going to start with you and see what we can do.
I think if you're going to look at anything on the Pittsburgh side from a player prop standpoint, it would have to be Gainwell or Warren, either one of them, to be honest. And I wouldn't mind attacking both of them. Not their rushing yards, but their rushing and receiving yards. Yes, they're going to have to run the ball to keep Baltimore's defense honest. But really what they have been doing so far in the first half of this game is they've been using the running backs out in the flat to augment the rushing game, but more importantly, to give Gainwell and Warren some running room to get out and accumulate some yards. Right now, Gainwell is sitting at 44 yards. His 80-plus rushing receiving is at minus 125. I like that look a lot. Warren is sitting at 36. His 70-plus is at plus 135. You can take it down to 60, but it's at minus 155. It's just way too juicy. I would play it down there.
All right, so do we want to make that an official play? Because right now we just had a kickoff from the Ravens to the Steelers. What we could do, we don't have a play on it yet. There's no reason to rush in anything. We like to go through a couple series to make sure we, see what plays are hitting, and then after that, kind of maybe step away. But do we want to go ahead and maybe hit something live, or do we want to rush something in before this snap happens in 3, 2, 1? Okay, so we're going to go ahead. There's a rush
it's a handoff
right now.
to Warren.
So Jalen Warren just ran for 9 yards. Well, that's a little late.
Damn, because his line just jumped to 71.5 now.
Should have just said yeah, but yeah.
Hold on, I got a question about this. Derrick Henry 2+ touchdowns. Does he have one currently? Because
no, he doesn't.
I don't think so. It's a big bomb. So that's a lot. Plus 1,000.
Yeah.
I know that and as Tony Mesker is saying here is if he does get 2 more, he does tie Jonathan Taylor for the league lead. I don't think that's a big deal, tying for the league lead in rushing touchdowns personally. Now, if he needed 1 for the league, like to tie and then 2 to overtake it, yes.
Hey,
I don't think
real
he
quick,
cares about.
I'm putting Jalen Warren over 72.5 rushing receiving yards. I'm getting that in right now. It's at -115. These guys are just running the damn ball and
that's what they should have been doing.
What's the number, Mark?
72.5 rushing and receiving yards at -115.
He's currently at 44, so it's not
48. 48. Jalen Warren.
That's what Sunday Night Football just showed me.
All right. Well, he's right now we got a pass, so either way, that's not to Warren, so we're okay. That was another one to Thielen. Again, he loves Thielen. I don't understand it, but whatever.
And MVS.
Yeah, just because they're vets, they understand his language. I heard about that all night. But these are the last 2. Keith Mitchell, 15+ rush yards at +152. And then Jalen Warren over 72.5 rush plus receiving yards at -115. So all these are locked in. These are good. These are going to be 6 we go with. We might pick up another 1, maybe 2 randomly. But I think that's a good spot to be in right now. And another missed catch right now. And I believe that's Miles Austin, number 19.
Miles Austin. Holy shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Whatever his name is.
Cowboy legend.
Yes.
Calvin
whatever
Austin.
His name is. Calvin Austin. I shouldn't literally he played in Memphis for I think all 4 years, but Calvin Austin. I was like, why are you laughing? Miles. I was like, oh yeah.
Dude, I just thought you were making a clever joke. I just thought you were making a clever joke about him winning a veteran wide receiver.
I love Calvin Austin. He's literally as big as my pinky finger. He's a tiny guy, but man, he could blow your doors off if he's running up and down that football field because that dude is fast as lightning. But anyway, so we're right here. We have a TV timeout. So where do you expect this game to go and finish up? Because and I know, Mark, you're usually our totals guy. Right now we're setting at 13 total points. If we're looking just at this game as a whole, we're talking about, hey, this is the number. It's set at 32.5 right now. Over under is at -115. There's a 6.5 point spread, but I want to talk about the total of 32.5 because that's a big number with how this game has played out so far. Do you think there's any chance I can go over?
Actually, I do. I think the urgency, right? This is an all or nothing game. So you have to keep that in context. This is all or nothing. We're not going to see guys settling for field goals like we did in the first half. I think if anything, the second half is really going to be more offensively explosive simply because the urgency's kicked up. This is it. They've got the last 2 quarters of the season. One of these teams is playing the last 2 quarters of their season tonight.
Wow. That's big. Obviously. Anywhere you think we should go in this one, Rob?
No, not really. It's just kind of a dud. As far as scoring, it's just kind of dud, and I don't know if it gets any better. If Pittsburgh is going to score, they're going to have to do it on the ground because clearly, as we've seen, Rodgers can't hit anybody right now. And if Baltimore scores again and goes up by double digits, they're not going to try to score anymore. They're just going to try to grind this game away and get the W. So it's a stay away from me.
Yeah, this is a tough one to bet because it is so close to the vest, right? Like they both know each other really well. It's hard for this game to kind of find any kind of breathing room. All right, we do have some stuff that people are chatting about into the chat here. And you know what? Thank you all for hanging out with us. I know there's a ton of people watching on social media as always, and we appreciate that. It has been a big number and a big night. The Grizzlies are playing as well. So honestly, I'm literally watching them both. There's no jaw, and surprisingly, the Grizzlies are better. Don't tell anybody that I think so. But I will say that we're looking at Freiermuth to do something. Not doing much tonight. Looks like there was a head-on collision. That's the reason for them going. So looks like Baltimore. They have 2 players going into the concussion protocol, which is crazy. Sky Juhadi said he likes Jonnu Smith for an anytime touchdown, which I'd assume that number's got to be high. But Kyle says Pittsburgh plus 7.5 seems kind of attractive. Anybody like Pittsburgh plus 7.5?
I don't not like it.
There's Freiermuth.
I guess is the best way to put it. I think that looking at this game, I'm from a first series standpoint, I'm impressed with what Pittsburgh's doing and how they've been able to move the ball against Baltimore coming out for this first series. I think that they can actually keep it close. I have plus 7.5 as a parlay piece in one of my personal bets. So I've kind of favored that one.
All right. Well, they just handed off.
I was hoping Freiermuth didn't catch that, because I was actually, when Miss Kim brought it up, I was thinking about putting his plays in, because last week you saw in the fourth quarter when they needed something, they got it to him, and he got some big catches towards the end. His line is still just at 28.5 right now. He has it's 27.5. It's gone down. So he's at 14. 27.5 is minus 120. It's tempting to take that on Freiermuth, especially if they just got 2 guys down for Baltimore in the secondary. Makes it even more appealing to me.
Instead of looking at his yards, Rob, what about his receptions? His receptions are at 3. So he's already obviously got 1 catch. We need him to get 2 more. That's at minus 115.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Big catch by Thielen there. All right. So Jonnu Smith takes a ball for a rush for 2 yards before that, just so bringing back the Jonnu Smith stuff. They're putting him in the backfield, which makes 0 sense. And Jaylen Warren hasn't touched the ball since Mark put a bet on him, just kind of make sure everybody understands that. Thielen just caught, looks like a 29-yard catch from Righteous. And so right now they're sitting here at this point. We're talking about they have a chance to tie this game up. And if they tie this game up, that works into our favor in a lot of these bets. We don't want this thing to go the opposite way.
Right.
To which we're now seeing Jaylen Warren finally touch the ball again. So finally, maybe I'm gonna just tell them just kind of somehow play the reverse jinx card is my idea.
Right. Right.
But we're setting on this would be great for you. 12.5 points, Mark. That would get you to 10 if they were to somehow score this touchdown here.
Yeah. I love and am impressed with what Pittsburgh's doing right now as far as methodically moving the ball. They seem to have found a rhythm coming out of the locker room at halftime. A rhythm that was obviously absent the first half of this game.
Yeah. And right now we're looking at him throwing in the backfield. Don't lose rushing yards. Jaylen Warren is doing great right now for you, which is a good look. Let me know if we get close to that 73 number, but I want to go ahead and throw into Robbie right here. 3rd down. You're 1 yard short of the first down, 2 yards short of the touchdown. What play are you calling on this? Because we're very close, right on the edge. We could easily play a lot of different ways, different play calls.
I'm calling a play action to Jaylen Warren, and I'm having Freiermuth running out and putting it to Freiermuth for a touchdown.
Is that because you love Miss Kim, or is that because you really think it's going to happen?
No, that's just what I would do. No,
all right, they went to Jaylen Warren, and he got stuffed. All right, 4th down. You saw what they did last time. Mark, do you think that they do the same thing? Do they go for it here?
Again, they have to, right? They need to score. This game is not going to be won by kicking field goals. You're going to have to score a touchdown. Okay. And they need to come out and set the tone.
All right. Well, we're
shutting down. Score a touchdown right here.
What would you do, Robbie? Would you throw it right here?
They can still get a first down too.
You can still get a first down. That's the tricky thing. I would do that brotherly shove again, and that's what looks like they're doing.
That's what they look like they're doing. Hayward,
with
he's got the
Freiermuth,
Dion cleats on. And looks like he's getting over. Getting a good spot here. So right now they're going to be in the half-yard line. Robbie,
that's smart.
Are we going to do a play action? Send Freiermuth out the back to try to do something?
We are. That's exactly what I would do.
I
would take Gainwell out there and put Warren in.
Why does Kyle hate us? We aren't that bad.
I think it means this game.
He's talking about the game.
I'm kidding. Okay. He's here watching. I would assume you don't think it's that bad.
Too bad you're watching.
I'm joking.
This is so painful. I can't take my eyes away.
Holy cow. What just happened in the backfield?
Another push. But
no.
Probably false start.
If they replay this, look what happens to one of the Ravens defensive line guys. Literally falls over. Is that the part where he's trying to lay on the ground so they can't push the pile?
Yeah.
He jumps on the ground.
It's the same kind of mentality behind the soccer block. You know what I mean? When they get a free kick and you get the one guy.
This. Watch him jump on the ground.
Yep.
All of a sudden he just jumps and just falls over. No, he I don't think he meant to do that.
He tripped. He was
trying to get out of the way. He's like, oh God. No, I'm not in the right spot.
He tripped, fell, and knocked this guy outside.
They are doing that now, though. They're falling on the ground and building the wall, essentially. But, who had Connor Hayward to score a touchdown? Not me.
I don't know, but now we're sitting at 10-10. Is a good-looking 10-9. We're about to be 10-10 if Boswell doesn't suck here. But at this point, we're looking at a game that being tied up, we're now, we're at 10 points. We need a field goal there from Mark. There's a lot that opens up on the Pittsburgh side, depending on how this drive goes for Baltimore. And so I know we're really close on Jaylen Warren. And Mark, do you have a number on where he's at right now?
Jaylen Warren
33 rushing, 24 passing,
24 receiving,
24. Yeah.
So 57
is what we're at there.
I didn't realize I'd be the smarter guy. I was mad.
I was on the wrong screen, and I was like, "Oh, damn! I gotta click over."
I've never been the smartest guy in any room in my life, so please do better. But we're gonna keep on moving on, and so I just want to show these plays because
we're gonna cash 2 Derrick Henry tickets here in the next 3 minutes.
I hope it's 3. I'm going to go ahead and look at these. We're looking at Derrick Henry we're laddering him 160 plus and then 200 plus, all the way up to plus 550. And then in just in the second quarter here, we need 20 plus. Sorry, third quarter, we need 20 plus. I can't read at minus 106. The Steelers, we already have 10 total. We need, over 12.5 for 13 there at minus 120. Keaton Mitchell, 15 plus rush yards at plus 152. That was on FanDuel. I'm curious if that ever moved again. I'll check it out in a second. It's at 162 now. He hasn't even touched the field. Crazy. And then Jaylen Warren over 72.5 rushing plus receiving yards at minus 115. All right, we're about to start this drive here for the Ravens. Do you feel good about it, Robbie? Do you think that we have a chance to hand it off to Derrick Henry and let them do the exact same thing that Pittsburgh did?
I would have felt better if Baltimore got a stop because now I feel like Pittsburgh's a little bit more motivated. So I don't know what that's going to do to the defense. It hasn't helped them much in the first half. But I kind of would have felt better if Pittsburgh did get stopped on that drive. But we'll see. Maybe it's pissed off Derrick Henry in that offense now. I did just put Pat Freiermuth, for 25 plus receiving yards at minus 110.
Okay.
So I got 2 yard distance. Yeah, 25 plus receiving yards at minus 110. I think you're going to see a lot more Freiermuth in this second half. And I'd rather take his receiving yards because he catches the long ones. So I would rather take his receiving yards over the receptions based on what kind of catches he usually makes.
And what was the odds on that? Minus what?
Minus 110.
Okay, that's what you said. All right, so Pat Freiermuth, 25 plus receiving yards at minus 110. I also want to look at another one before we got too far away because I believe it was Boom Boom who brought it up. in here, and he says something about, I think it was Aaron Rodgers interception.
Interception, yeah, plus 220.
He's starting to pass a little bit more. Do you think he actually like pedal to the metal and we have a chance to be able to get that? Is that a good look?
I say
think
that
so, especially when you got Kyle Hamilton back there.
I would say anytime you got Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball, you got a decent shot at that. What scares me on this is what we just saw in this first series coming out of the locker room. He didn't need to throw the ball very far. And if they're not going to be able to pressure Rodgers and he can make those short to mid-range passes, I don't like this play.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't even know where it is. If anybody has an idea where you can even find it, because interceptions. Okay,
DraftKings. One interception for Aaron.
Plus 310.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Plus 310 now.
Wow. All right. That might be interesting to look at because they're both now it just fell to 280. That might be something we could look at is how this plays out, because if for some reason they start going up and down the field a little bit more, then maybe this game is starting to open up. But if not, if they get stuffed here and it goes back to Pittsburgh, I would say I'm going to hold off on that one because I think they're going to keep handing it off.
I'll tell you what, I think that if you're going to go, if you like an Aaron Rodgers play for tonight, look at his pass attempts. The over-under on his pass attempts right now is 43.5. He's sitting at 30. We need 14. We need him to throw the ball 14 more times, and that's at minus 115. I think that that's a much better look, especially in a close competitive game. They're going to be doing the short passes because that augments their rushing game because they haven't been able to run against this Baltimore front line.
All right. Do you want to make an official play?
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right. Aaron Rodgers.
Put that in for myself.
Ron.
Yep.
Over how many?
43.5.
Over 43.5 pass attempts, right?
Correct.
And what was the odds?
It just moved to minus 120.
All right, let's take a look around because I don't want to take a bad line if we don't need to. Because I'm looking at pass attempts over here.
Looks like Jalen Ramsey's walking off the field. He may be hurt.
Yeah. Trying to see if there's anywhere else that has that at all, where it might be a passing attempts line where you can find somewhere else. But I think the only place that has it is DraftKings, right?
That's the only place I see it.
Okay. All right. Well, he's setting at 30, and he would need 14 more, which isn't a bad number. So already sitting at 30, and they can't run the ball at all. That's a good line. So
grab it right now. It
plus
just dropped
135.
No, it just dropped to 42.5 at minus 105 at DraftKings.
Okay.
They just intercepted Lamar. So Lamar just got picked on a weird freaking play.
Okay, so 42.5 at minus what?
Minus 105.
Wow.
All right. We can go ahead and put that in here now. 42.5 at minus 105. All right, so now them getting that might look good. Now that could kill some of our plays on Derrick Henry, though, if they lean off of him.
Nope. They're going to start feeding him more. They're going to start
feeding more.
Yep. Yes.
Well, what we could happen in this one is for sure we get a nice look on the points here because we need a field goal and Mark catches is over 12.5. But this is what we have so far. We obviously are Derrick Henry. Everybody knows that. Woo! The top three there, 160 plus, 200 plus rush yards, 20 plus rushing yards in third quarter. Steelers team totals, what we're looking at right now, over 12.5. It's already gone. Can't get that number again. Keith Mitchell, 15 plus rush yards. Jalen Warren over 72.5 rushing and receiving. He's just caught a pass and he's going to be running again. Nice little okey doke, artichoke. And Pat Fryermuth, 25 plus receiving yards. And then Aaron Rodgers for 43 pass attempts. That was a pass attempt. We like that. So we're going to keep that thing going. So it looks like the Steelers are looking really, really good right now. They're finding a little mojo. This might be a time to piggyback and and go on the other side once we see this line move, because I would assume it moves into the favor of now it's -2.5 for the Steelers at +2.5 for the Ravens. That money line +135 for the Ravens might be a good look.
Mojo's turning around. First down, Warren. I need Pittsburgh.
I agree with you, DG. I agree with you, DG. I think that I'd like Baltimore to win this game. I think that they ultimately have the better offensive and defensive line that can actually push and kind of impose their will.
Yeah.
You get them at plus money right now? Ooh, I like it.
I'm seeing plus 150 right now on the Ravens for a money line.
Yeah, but I think Kyle nailed it. They always do this stupid stuff and screw around and lose games like this in the end. And right now it's starting to be true to form.
It's starting to be Warren time.
Another big run. Yeah, it is. That was a hell of a call on Warren. He's heating up.
He might have already hit it. Do we know, Mark?
He's at 75 right now.
So that's it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, let's hit that thing. Why not, boys? That's called a cash ticket. All right, we're sitting here right now on the 8-yard line, looks like, and it is 2nd and 3, and they have been riding Jaylen Warren for sure all the way down this series. The only problem is he is passing or handing it off a lot, but this would be a good spot for Freiermuth to catch one into the end zone here out of the back, on the edge, a little, shoulder, shove, and then gets his way to the back of the end zone. Be really nice. So we'll see how this goes.
Won't be enough to cash his receiving line where they're at right now, but I really would love it if they could hurry up and score so we could get some Derrick Henry runs in before this quarter's over.
Oh, yeah. I forget. We're sitting on that.
Yeah.
Well, I would imagine they're going to be pretty pissed off. I imagine they're going to be pretty pissed off right now because they're going to want to make sure they get him open and push some guys around. Looks like we had a timeout as it was getting down there. All right, so right now we're 10-10, and either way, if no touchdown, I think we're okay because Mark can still cash his over 12.5 on the Steelers team total, which would be nice. But we've already cashed our Jaylen Warren over 72.5 rushing and receiving. The only way that this could somehow backfire is if he catches like a really bad pass for negative yards.
Right, that's the only thing that's
but we're going to go ahead and count that one. We're going to say the sportsbooks are going to be nice to us no matter what. And I have a good feeling he's going to do something good the rest of this game. So we're sitting there, but we still need to get at least 3 points here from from the Steelers just overall. So I think there's a possibility that we're good there. But that's kind of where we're sitting at right now. It's 3rd and 2. I'm curious which direction they go in this one. But it is Rodgers. All right, Rob, I'm going to put you back on the spot. What are we doing here?
3rd and 2. Definitely got to throw the ball. Like I said, I'm looking at Freiermuth because they're not covering him at all. If you watch, he's been open a few times. They got guys on him. And it should be pass interference. That was 2 Freiermuth. So at least Mike Tomlin's listening to me.
All right, so we got a decision here. 3rd and 2. Do you take the points, Mark?
Oh, you. This is a spot you kick the field goal. Don't be a moron.
Yes.
All right, we'll see if Boswell comes out and kicks this field goal in this one.
Look at that holding, man. Holding.
I don't think that's holding. I think that's
before
good
he went up. He was. Oh, I don't care. I don't like either one of these teams. I'm just
saying. I just don't see it. It's holding, especially those guys. They're all running together. All right, so Mark cashes another ticket. Mark is 2 for 2, baby.
There we go.
That's another Steelers ticket cash. That's what I was afraid of is being too heavy on the Ravens there. But a lot of these are some bigger, higher number. Was that plus 550 is not bad. Keaton Mitchell plus 152. That's not bad either. Setting on those two. And so even for some reason, I would honestly look at maybe Keaton Mitchell rushing and receiving if we need to, because if they have to start throwing it, they might put Keaton Mitchell in out of the backfield. Do we have a number on that one? as we look through these numbers.
Yeah, his rushing and receiving yards is at 9.5 at -110.
Holy cow.
He currently is sitting on 3.
Oh,
I don't want to double down on Keaton Mitchell.
I don't either, but man,
I don't
that
want to.
Right?
9.5.
9.5. You're staring at that number. You just need him to get in a double dig.
Wow.
I know.
All right, we'll see. All right. Am I the only one who hates the spoiler notifications before seen on TV? Is that us? Do I need to stay quiet? All right, I'll stay quiet then because we might be a little bit ahead of people, but we shouldn't be. We have 30-second lag from us.
Or if you're watching, so like on DraftKings or BetMGM, they also have the media tracker.
Okay, she wasn't talking about us.
No, I don't think it was us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the media tracker.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can keep up with you guys because my video's so far behind. I'm like, yeah, I'll just wait for their reaction. I already see it. I got busted.
All right. So, yeah, we're definitely behind the notification. So, the reason I say that is because literally there's a 30-second buffer from us to whenever, we play on the screen for you all. So, we are live with each other, but for y'all, you're 30 seconds behind. So, if we let Mark give the spoiler that's happening in the game and the extra 30 seconds, y'all might know like next week. We're not exactly sure. So me and Robbie have to stay abreast of everything.
As Kim says, it's halftime yet, Mark.
and Kyle's ahead of us. Yes, I would hope most people should be ahead. And so we'll see if we can somehow catch up. But either way, I think we're okay. I don't think we're spoiling mutts. But I do want to bring a little bit to this. Grizzlies are up 61-46 against the Lakers.
Wow.
Without Ja Morant. Does that say anything to you? Anybody?
Sunday sports are stupid for hockey and NBA.
I agree. I have no idea about what's happening in this game.
I don't disagree with you.
Besides, Cedric Howard is one of the best players in basketball, and he's literally a rookie. That's all I'll say. He's pretty awesome.
And the Thunder right now are down 2 to Phoenix with 22 seconds left to go in the fourth.
Good. I hope they lose. I hope there's a chance that they might run into, if somebody would like build a pole at half court and they would run into the pole while they're running down the court, that would be great. Like if anything could happen, just running, like, I don't know. Is that possible? Like call a timeout, build a pole at half court, and then have the players run into the pole while they go down the court. That would be cool. I'm not wishing any ill will.
I am glad that I no longer hold the title for saying the stupidest shit on this show.
Just saying. I don't know. You did some stupid stuff before.
Oh, don't. 100%. 100%. The thing is, I just lost the title.
I can't have any ill will or say anything about people getting hurt unless I do something completely outlandish. I'll be like, hey, I was joking. Build a pole at half court. So that's the only reason. I've gotten in trouble before by saying something similar to that. All right, Derrick Henry just had a rush, which is nice.
Yeah, he didn't get shit out of it. 2 yards.
You not only have you said outlandish things and incited lots of controversy, you alienated the entire Oklahoma City Thunder fan base.
I hope they never watch our show. I'll take my chance of not having those 15 people not ever watch the show. There's no reason we need those 15
people with internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the only 15 people that know how to work the internet.
And we lost the 27 Toronto Maple Leafs fans every playoffs too, so they don't come back either.
So we should have more people watching, but we don't. But we do it on purpose. We do it for you guys. There's no reason to have those.
We weed out the bad.
As Kyle said, it's going to have something to work for. The crown can be mine again. I can regain it.
Hey, guess who ran the ball?
Henry.
Keaton
Mitchell. He lost a yard.
For nothing.
Oh, yeah. No, that was I.
So
I
now
just
we're
saw it on my
even
TV.
worse.
Now he's got 2. He was at 3. Now he's got 2.
Damn. So what you're saying is
Dang.
he's due for some positive regression.
Yeah, definitely.
They need to take his bum ass back on the bench and give it to Henry for at least the third quarter. I gotta get this third quarter out of the way.
All right, here's Derrick Henry. He's back in the
They're gonna
game,
throw
but
it.
Lamar
They're
Jackson's
gonna
got to
throw
throw it. He's itching to throw.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
offsides.
It is.
There we go.
It's
Offsides.
offside.
Hey, that's good. A 2nd and 6 is a lot better than 2nd and 11 to run the ball.
Where's Snoop Huntley? I need Snoop Huntley back in this game. You'd never see a pass if they put Snoop back in here.
Snoop.
Dude, my mind went straight to where's Robbie going to Snoop Dogg?
Tyler Huntley.
All right, so looks like the Jalen Williams hit a 9-foot step back jump shot to tie the game 105-105 there for the Suns and the Thunder, which is a good game. But getting to this game, second 16.
Yeah.
It was the opposite. It was on offense. I had no idea. So
hole.
definitely not giving it to Derrick Henry right here. Maybe they'll let him catch it. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. He got it batted down. What an idiot.
He sucks. God, he
Lamar
sucks.
Jackson is the most Mike Vick wannabe player, and he is not that good. Like, all you have to do is say, hey, you have to throw it. You have to. And they're like, yeah, I'm not very good. And if Joe's still watching, I know he's not because he probably has to take a nap because it's his nap time out there in Vegas. But Joe will come on here and say how Lamar Jackson's awesome.
He
Lamar
threw for
Jackson's
4,000
not good.
yards.
Yeah, he sucks.
for 4,000
I'd take
yards.
Dak Prescott over Lamar Jackson. I don't say that often because Dak, I don't love him, but he's a decent quarterback. But when you have
That
to
was
have
smart.
him
Let's
throw it,
before.
yeah, let's throw it
Well, we're
10
not
yards
cashing.
short.
We're not cashing. We're not going to cash Henry's third quarter because dumbass Lamar. I hate Lamar Jackson.
Stupid Lamar. All right, we're gonna watch one more. We're gonna watch one more series here, and if we cash, then we will not leave. But yes, Lamar Jackson, as Boom Boom says, you are a New York Jet.
That's where he
I
belongs.
would love that. I would love that.
That's where he belongs.
Real quick, Miss Kim's asking this: is how many more coaches are canned before tomorrow's show? Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, right here on Weekday Wagers YouTube channel. Mark, I'll let you go first. There has been one canned already, which is Raheem Morris. How many others are going to be canned on Black? Is it Black Monday? Is that what they call it? It's something Monday, right?
I think so.
I think that's what they call it.
I would say at least 3.
3 more?
3 more.
Who would that be?
I think Mike McDaniels in Miami.
Okay.
I think he's gone.
Y'all had him fired by every holiday last. Let's just be honest. I was right.
100%.
Okay.
And I think that the only thing that saved him was Miami had that little bit of an energetic spurt over a couple of 3 or 4 weeks that kind of kept him to keep his job up. And I also think that it's the coaching pool. It wasn't the right time to make the coaching change. I think right now you're at the great. You're not going to find a better time if you're going to change coaches to do it. I think that he's gone. I think that the New York Giants, Daboll, is gone.
Dayball's already gone, right?
Gone.
He's been
Yeah,
gone.
he's gone. He's been gone. I was just thinking Giants.
They're going to fire the interim next.
They're going to fire him again just to make sure he's gone. See? I just got the title back.
The crown is yours.
I think that when you look at the Saints, you can look at
the Saints.
Kellen Moore's not going anywhere.
Kellen Moore's not going anywhere.
Cincinnati.
Oh, you said
What?
Saints. Cincinnati? Zach Taylor?
Oh, I think the Saints have been horrible, and they've got the young. Again, if we're talking just about coaches, they're coaching the head coach at New Orleans. No, I haven't been. Straight water.
Tried to fire Dayball, and the Saints just got their coach, and they played decent the back stretch of the season.
And
Yeah,
Kyle
Baltimore's not
Hamilton's
going
ruled
anywhere.
out.
He's not going to be there.
Kyle Hamilton is ruled out of.
He's not your long-term coach.
So,
all right, I'm going to move off of Mark because
the Cowboys.
He did terrible. All right, Robbie. Anybody that you expect to be fired tomorrow or tonight?
I do agree on Mike McDaniels. I think they should have fired him in his capri pants back before Halloween, and maybe they'd have had a better season. He should go. Yeah, if I'm the Jets, Aaron Glenn's got one more year tops, but that they didn't even record an interception this year, and he's supposed to be a defensive-minded guy. How do you not actually record one interception in a season? Honestly, I would cut ties with him. I would just go ahead and cut ties with him. I would get rid of Breece Hall. I would try to get whatever I could for Breece Hall and just go ahead and start rebuilding. Well, continue to rebuild because they stay in rebuild mode.
Not just that, but
how much longer, Dan?
I'm sorry. I was just going to say on the Jets point, how do you keep your job when the last thing that everybody has in their mind is you got your ass kicked in Buffalo by Trubisky?
Yeah.
That was bad.
Pretty bad.
I mean, horrible.
Pretty bad.
And shut out all the way until the fourth quarter where they got a gimme touchdown.
Yeah. Definitely not good. I will bring up Kevin Stefanski for the Browns. Obviously the Browns were not good. I don't know what they're going. It's a dumpster fire there. I think that they could get rid of him. There has been honestly a lot of talks around Pete Carroll being out of here. And so at that point you could have Pete Carroll either retiring for good or being fired. I saw that Jonathan Gannon, that's who Boom Boom brought up, is Gannon for the Cards is out of here. Like obviously not a very good for Arizona. So those could be three that could be gone tomorrow. Like we wake up, there could be one tonight, there could be two tomorrow at some point. But at that point, that could be a lot of openings. And Boogie brings up a great question.
Right.
Does the losing coach of this game get canned? In my opinion, I think this is more for I would say more for Tomlin, less for Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh's okay. But Tomlin, have been speculations about he hasn't had a losing season. They've been fine. In all honesty, they haven't been great. They've just been above average. I know this team doesn't look great, especially on paper. They don't look great, but they've been playing decent enough. Rob, would you get rid of Mike Tomlin if you end up losing this game as the Steelers?
I would, and I'm not a Steelers fan, but as a Steelers fan, you got to appreciate what he did, right? He did bring you a Super Bowl. He has kept you relevant. Yeah. The only problem is the Steelers are exactly like the Nashville Predators compared to hockey. You start off slow, you get better. You start off good, you get worse, and you're always in that mediocre range. You're not great, you're not the worst, but you're never able to get further because you're not able to get good draft capital. And then you get free agent moves like hiring or getting Aaron Rodgers. Like, I mean, that's he's a 42-year-old guy. And that's what the Nashville Predators do. They get guys way out of their prime and expect them to be what they were, and they're just not. I don't think there's any hard feelings there, but I think he's probably gone if they lose this game. I would get rid of Zach Taylor in Cincinnati too. That team seems off. They've been off. But it's the Bengals. They're not going to spend the money to build around anybody there. Like they paid Burrow and they paid Chase, but they're not going to do anything else. Like they're not going to help him out. I would fire Zach Taylor and try to go a new direction. I think Burrow and Chase are even over him. It just from their body language.
Yeah. Mark, would you get rid of Tomlin?
No, I don't. I think I would get rid of the general manager who keeps making stupid personnel decisions. The head coach can only coach the team that he's been given by the organization. I mean, that's what that boils down to. Boy, don't we know it. And and so when you get Aaron Rodgers as your starting quarterback, you've got to make lemonade out of lemons, right? I mean, that's it. That's what he has been doing, and he's been successful doing it, I think. But as the head coach, he becomes the target. He's got the bullseye on his back as why the team isn't winning, instead of let's take an honest look at the team that we have.
Yeah, but Ken brings up great. My next question but who do they go to bring in? That's the issue. Is like you can get rid of somebody, but the problem is like you have to have somebody to fill that position. Is somebody that you're looking at and targeting because they've only had 3 head coaches in 56 years, which is nuts. But the fact that they would do that, they would have to have somebody that they would want to go after that would fit their culture perfect.
Right. And I think, look, they took a chance on Aaron Rodgers, right? So they're not afraid. Age, as far as the Steelers is concerned, is just a number.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Bill Belichick.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
God. Well, that leads me to my next point. John Gruden's going to be coaching somebody next season. You know,
because
John
he has good
TikTok
TikTok videos.
It does. Somebody's going to hire. That's the NFL. It's a recycled league. Why is Pete Carroll coaching anywhere? Like, it's a recycled league. Somebody's going to pick him up. You know they will.
That's not a bad
Freeman's
look.
not leaving Notre Dame. I don't think Freeman's leaving.
I don't think he is
he's
either.
already came out. He already come out and said he's not. So I don't think he's going anywhere.
But
I don't know if Raphael has the odds on
Steelers.
this.
You would leave to go
yeah.
to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, I get it. I would.
You're already doing the
It's
NIL thing. You're already jumping through hoops and the BS part of it. So that it's not like you get to like coach kids. These snowflakes these days, you can't coach them hard or they quit. And so at that point, you might as well.
Oh, you're worried about me saying Belichick. I love this.
You might as well go find you professionals that really can't quit because there is a contract.
At least the Steelers play in a conference and can actually make it to a championship game too.
Yeah. Rodgers threw another pass. He's there now. This is the Gainwell drive at this point. So how is that?
Hey, Freiermuth caught a ball. We're 5 yards away. We're 5 from Freiermuth. He caught another pass as well.
All right, we're setting on 20 yards. We need 25 receiving yards for Pat Freiermuth. We did lose one. I wanted to make sure we brought that one up because we did end up losing the Derrick Henry one. So that was already in red here for the 20 plus on the third quarter rushing yards. Mark, where does he stand on his rushing yards? Because we're trying to climb up to 160, and now we're behind the 8 ball a lot now.
Henry is at 123 right now.
Okay.
So we need 37 yards to cash that ticket. And look, we're starting the fourth here. All right. Yeah, I like it. I still like it.
Time to sweat.
I think I like
it.
I think I like it. I still like it.
All right. Well, MVS just caught a pass. So where are we at currently on Aaron Rodgers on his pass attempts?
On his pass attempts, Aaron Rodgers is sitting at 36.
Ooh, I like that number. We're sitting good here. The number on him was sitting at 42.5.
Yep. So we need.
He's got a pass attempt right here. Oh. That's one, whatever it is. That's 30.
Another
37.
Just counting them down, baby. We're counting them down. And I do want to go back to this because this is important. The Thunder lost. F the Thunder. They lost. Devin Booker, 4-3. In your eye. Shut up.
That's hilarious.
I don't even really hate the Thunder. I just vicariously hate the Thunder through DG because I just love to hate things. So let's just hate them.
It's not even Friday.
It's
not even Friday.
Not even Friday.
Robbie's love language is hate.
Tell me you hate me.
Tell me you hate me.
All right, we're doing good there. All right, second.
What is it my mom described it? She said he loves hard, but he hates way harder.
All right, I think it's about time to get out of here. We don't have anything else. We're gonna see another pass for Freiermuth right here. We're coming up on an hour, which we usually don't, but like I swear the third quarter just slows so far down, and there's like literally 3 series. We were used to watching like 4, sometimes 5 series in the third quarter, but last week the same thing happened to us. They were flying, then all of a sudden it just bogged down. 3 series in the third quarter, 3 series in the third quarter again. So we'll see, but we'll watch this last pass here. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers does another pass. It's 3rd and 7. So this would be past 38 if he can get rid of it, and he doesn't. He gets sacked.
No, is he hurt? No, he's getting up. He's getting up. There you
go. Dude, I get that. I get that. That's how I feel every single morning when I get out of bed. Like, oh.
He's like, engage. Shit. Nothing's firing. Engage. God, legs. And they start working.
Hey, who else is on? I need help.
That's why I wake up and start chugging pre-workout right away.
Right.
Gotta get my heart started.
All right. Last thing, prediction. Kelsey Dunn and KC, Rob. He reached 13,000 all-time receiving yards. Taylor's favorite number is 13. What is happening in the game? Okay. Is Kelsey Dunn? I think it was a miscue. I'm not sure exactly, but is Kelsey Dunn? Do you predict he comes back?
No, I think he's done. I don't disagree with Kyle. I think Kansas. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. Finish up.
I was going to say I don't disagree with Kyle. I think Kansas City is going to be better next year. People are already writing them off that they're not going to be good next year, and I don't understand that either. I think you're going to have a pissed off Mahomes. They'll get their general manager actually gets talent to Kansas City, so I think they'll be much better next year.
Yeah, right. I'm not ready to give them the crown back and say, they're going back to the Super Bowl next year. I think that they still have a lot of issues that they have to address and some concerns. Obviously, Kelsey being one of them. I think that you look at his body language, and I, we say that every season, right? He just looks like he's done. He looks like he's. He looked like he was done 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And
well,
and the NFL,
Mahomes was done 3 weeks ago. That's why he was done.
Yeah, but you could just see it on his face. It just there's a certain fire, there's a certain look that these guys get when they get up for game day and they're going out and they're competing and they're in that heat of the moment. He didn't have it. Yeah. And once you lose that, it's so tough to regain it, if at all.
It's impossible to get back.
Yeah.
He looks like me going to work tomorrow morning.
Exactly. I'm curious what happens because you look at Rashid Rice has had off-field issues consistently. He can't keep his nose clean in the offseason, but Patrick Mahomes now ACL issue, maybe no Kelsey, his favorite target. Xavier Worthy didn't look like himself, after the injury earlier this season. The running backs, Pacheco, I don't know what he is. I know he was in and out with injuries. Kareem Hunt's still there. He's pretty much washed at this point. He doesn't look like himself. There's a lot of questions to be answered there for KC, but in all honesty, I have a feeling that they'll maybe have a year or two off. In my opinion, I think next year, maybe it's a rebuilding year. Maybe it is when they get rid of a big name contract and go get some extra picks in the offseason and decide, hey, we're going to take it easy getting Patrick Mahomes, making sure he's healthy. Maybe it's an off year. And then the year after that would be the year I would target and say, hey, they might be awesome because they ship out some pieces to bring in some better potential pieces, some cheaper pieces to be able to keep this thing going. We'll see. But
their GM is savvy enough and has that kind of a focus where he's looking ahead. It's not I need to patchwork this for right now. There's a system, there's a game plan put in place.
Exactly. All right. Final thoughts, Robbie.
Final thoughts, man. Playoffs start this weekend. There's some great matchups already on the docket. I don't bet money lines and spreads, and for this reason, because these games that are shaping up to be actually some pretty good games. You got Buffalo and Jacksonville. That's going to be a hell of a game. You got LA versus New England. Just excited for the playoffs, man.
All right. Mark, we just saw a pass out of Lamar Jackson, so he doesn't just throw it to the other team. Final thoughts. What are you looking forward to? What are we going to be doing on tomorrow's show at 2 p.m. Eastern right here at Weekday Wagers?
Well, obviously, we'll be recapping what happens here in the last just under 11 minutes of this one. But I think more importantly, we start to look ahead and take a look at how the playoffs we see it actually playing out, right? I mean, LA's got it. The Chargers have to go play in New England. They're not a cold weather team.
Right.
What does that mean?
It's a loss.
I doubt it. They're still going to win.
Vote down, fam.
I think that not just that, but we can start taking a look at things like the NBA and start shifting our focus a little bit, right? I think it's been a fantastic NFL season. We have had 18 weeks of so much fun and a ton of cash tickets. I think that as we start to gear and shift focus towards playoffs, both professionally and collegiately, yeah, we're going to see some exciting games. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. We're definitely going to be talking all about that. We're going to announce in full detail what the NFL playoff fantasy type football. It got me thinking, like at first I thought, just 12 people should be involved. I think we'll make it endless. If you want to sign up, you sign up and we can make it work. It's going to be, just to make everybody aware, it's going to be like a guillotine style. So if you're not in a certain, threshold, you're out, right? And so you have to win 3 weeks in a row to be able to win money. And so depending on how this all goes, it should be pretty fun. But we'll announce all the details more in depth tomorrow. But you're talking about the NBA. We'll definitely talk about that. The Grizzlies are winning and the Thunder suck. So it's a good night for me. Hopefully it continues to be a good night. Hopefully this is a good ending to this game. Maybe they'll fire somebody on the tarmac tonight, but we'll see. It ain't going to be us, though. We'll see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. See you then.